So you finally got back with your ex. Everything you ever wanted, you finally got them back. All the tears, all the crying, all the frustration, all the growth, all the work you did on yourself, you finally get your ex back. And along with the ex, all the old feelings and triggers and problems. What happened? Susan Winter here for SusanWinter.net. Thanks for coming to my channel. This is the discussion today. I am answering a video request from Dot, and we are talking about what happens, whose stuff is it, what can you do about it, why this happens. So here we go. Now, Dot writes, "Dear Susan, thank you for all your wisdom and ability to help the rest of us. Please do a video for those of us who got our ex back after a lot of self-growth, but are now struggling with trust, doubt, and old triggers. Sincerely, Dot." Yep. So here's what happens. You have done your work, and I'm imagining that a lot of people here that have gotten their ex back did a lot in between, especially if they broke up with you, they dumped you. You've done work on yourself, you've established boundaries, you've taken care of yourself, you've worked on how you communicate, you've learned a lot, but you go back into the relationship and you're so thrilled. And there's a small honeymoon time for getting back together with your partner, you know. And it'll last 3 to 4 weeks. Maybe that's a lot. But what happens is you will automatically fall into the same patterns that you had before. And that is the very unfortunate part. You can easily fall back into the same fights, the same arguments, and the same circular discussions where you start attacking each other or you play whatever game you play. However your relationship is constructed, and you'll go right back into it because it's habitual. You may have learned a lot more, but you may be triggered by them. Also, you may go back to a partner, and guess what? You did your work. Did they? Probably not. And if they didn't, their behavior won't be any different. And if they used to irritate you or try to make you jealous or try to put you down or be critical or impatient, not listen to you, override you, and they do it again, of course you're going to be triggered. It's happening all over again. What about fears? Betrayal, fears. You're back. Things appear to be good, but they cheated. They lied. They did stuff that wasn't right. How do you know they won't do it again? You don't. Do you see signs that they're doing it again? What do you do about it? Okay, I'm going to approach it this way. Since you are the one who has been working on yourself, the onus is on you. You have more information than your partner, probably, so you're going to go back in and dissect what exactly are the problems. But before you go to them, I strongly suggest you write them out for yourself and you really analyze them. And then think of how your partner is constructed. Think of their disposition, because you've got now a communication to have with them. You know what tips them off. You know when they get crazy. You know when they get defensive. So how are you going to present this information that is different than the way you presented it before? All you can do is try. Listen, you may have grown, they may not have. But if you've come back for a second look, it's because things were not resolved. And you know, the hardest thing for us is to move on. It's that whole what if thing. I work with people all the time, and I really work that. Most people think I'm going to tell them to leave their partner, and that's a very, very, very small percentage of the people I work with. Most of the time, I tell them to go back in and reconfigure themselves, look at their behavior, and break that locked dynamic. Because what happens in a long-term relationship, or any relationship, is we get in a way of being with each other. And if it's unhealthy, or it triggers our partner and they trigger us, and the reactivity starts happening, we go into our own default, whatever that is. So if you alter your behavior just a little bit, not to accommodate them if they're impatient, moody, or nasty, but to alter it according to what you have learned in your self-growth. Is it that you need to speak up? Is it that you need to be quiet and listen? Is it that you need to communicate with I sentences? I feel this, I feel that. Do you need to be more concise and not ramble for 20 minutes so your partner's ears are bleeding and they wonder what the heck you said? So how do you do this in your communication when you isolate these individual things that have bothered you, that are triggering you all over again? Because you are going to need to present them to your partner, and you're going to have a strategy as to how to fix them. Don't go to the table without having some idea about what you're going to do. You need to know. At least have a couple of possibilities. We are hoping your partner is rational and open-minded, because then you can suggest, I'm looking at this, I'm feeling this, we have a great relationship, I'm so glad we're back together again, but I'd like to discuss, do you think it'd be possible to do this? What do you think about that? Is this a better way for us? I like this, what do you think? Because involving your partner in the problem solving is actually a part that makes the two of you work as a team, okay? Involving your problem. Maybe they are your problem, who knows? But I hope this helps you. So again, if you're being triggered, maybe their stuff is still there. But now you have new knowledge. Get your facts together, get your speaking points together, get your possible fixes together or amending how you're going to do the behavior so you talk to each other and see if you can't make some headway. I hope this helps you, Dot. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. If you want to reach me, I'm Susan Winter at susanwinter.net. You can sign up for a consultation, buy my books, take a look at the dating game guide. You can certainly write me with your video request. Last page, contact, underneath media, do not write media. Go to the box that says video requests, and hopefully we'll answer yours too. Thanks a lot.